Good afternoon, Knicks Nation. Happy weekend to all of you. Welcome, Donnell 140th, Kendall Buchanan, Miss Blum, Miss Lumley, Serial Killer, Ed Easy, Malik, Grand Rising to you, Brother Lonnie, Grand Rising to you also. Misery Loves Company, of course. Alex Bermudez, welcome. Let's see what else we got here. Miss Stevenson, welcome to you. Mike Miller, welcome to you. Hope all of you are enjoying your weekend. This is being the last day of the weekend, and people having to go back to work tomorrow, or most folks. Welcome David Breyer, Kubar Dobbins, Stephen Kelly, Baptiste, Richard Baptiste, Greg Hamilton, John Pettit. Let's see what we got. DMF Nigel, 4829. Welcome to you. What up to y'all? Gorilla Jakes, Andrew Abraham, my man, how you doing? Whale out of Portugal, what's up? Only One Way 44, what's up, my brother? Corey Lindsay, Ron Cohen. Let's see, did I miss anybody? Jay Sniper, what's up, Jay? Got all of y'all in here. Let's see, Thomas Daisy, Cheryl Finley, Eddie Battle, Clint Stewart. Try to make sure I can get everybody that comes in before I get started. Shifty Lee, what's up, bro? And Shifty Lee, hope everybody's well over there. Jose Loco, optimistic Giants fan. Okay, Ronald Clark. Now, it's time for the playoffs. The Knicks are ready. The Knicks are ready for the playoffs. And the thing is that's good about the Knicks and the readiness. Now, I want to say this. I said it in the description box, and I want to say it here. Right now, to me, the most prepared team in the playoffs is the Detroit Pistons. They were missing Cade Cunningham for at least 2 or 3 weeks, and they did not miss a beat. They put the rook in there, and they were getting the job done. And right now, if you look at the Detroit Pistons roster, they can literally go 10 deep in their roster. They can literally go 10 deep. And I mean, they got a roster in the 10th and 10 players that could ball. I mean, they're the most dangerous team to me in the playoffs right now. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean they can't get beat. Everybody has a matchup that hurts them. But if you're looking at them on paper, the starting five is intact. You add B. Stu, Ron Holland, Kevin Herter, Levert, and then Jenkins, who filled in more than adequately for Cade Cunningham. Then you still got Paul Reed, who's he's a big game player. Marcus Sasser, Javonte Green. You really got depth in Detroit. They really are going to be a tough out. Now, that doesn't mean the Knicks can't beat them. And what most people do, and this is what a lot of people do, both in Knicks Nation, unfortunately, and of course the media, they always sleep on our Knicks. Last year, nobody gave the Knicks a chance against Boston. Nobody believed they could beat Boston last year. We had actually a tougher series against Detroit than we had against Boston. And Boston was losing that series even before Tatum messed up his Achilles. They were losing that series. So the Knicks was going to beat them regardless, okay? But Detroit is better this year than they were last year. Now, the real danger, in my view, in this year's playoffs is the bottom four of the East. And you're talking about Atlanta, you're talking about Orlando, you're talking about Toronto, you're talking about Charlotte, and then you're talking about possibly Philadelphia. Philadelphia seems to be falling off the map right now, but you're talking about Philadelphia. So to me, the toughest of those bottom four is Atlanta. Atlanta this year is what Detroit was last year, in my view. Detroit was the 6th seed last year, and they gave the Knicks all they could handle last year in the 6th seed. Atlanta is playing similar ball this year, very similar ball this year. So they're just about where Detroit was last year, except instead of a young Cade Cunningham, They got the veteran CJ McConnell that knows how to win, knows how to play, been in the game a long time, and just wants to win right now. So Atlanta is not guaranteed the 5th seed. If Atlanta loses to the Heat today and Toronto beats Brooklyn, Atlanta becomes the 6th seed. Toronto owns the season series against Atlanta. So Atlanta is not guaranteed to be the 5th seed. And what's bothering me a little bit, and I mean a little bit, is I'm looking at the Atlanta-Miami Heat game. Now, Miami is playing for home court in the 9-10 game. That's why that's what. And if you look at Miami now, if you look at Miami's, they're going to play their regular starting 5 today. They're not sitting anybody from their starting 5 today. They're playing their regular starting 5. The people that they have on their injury report are what? Fontecchio was the most, and he's game time decision. Jovic is not that important today, long grand scheme. Drew Smith, Norman Powell is also game time decision. For Atlanta, Okongwu, their whole starting 5 is game time decision. I mean, Okongwu, Johnson, McCollum, Daniels. Then you got Kuminga, their top dog off the bench, game time decision. It appears, and I mean, I'm just saying it appears that Atlanta would rather play New York because I think it's a 95% chance Toronto beats Brooklyn today. Okay? 95% chance Toronto beats Brooklyn. Toronto beats Brooklyn, they get 46 wins. Okay? If Atlanta loses to the Heat, Atlanta finishes with 46 wins. And Toronto wins that tiebreaker. So in that scenario, if Atlanta loses to the Heat and Toronto beats Brooklyn, Toronto becomes the 5th seed. Okay? If Atlanta wins, they have 47 wins and they clinch the 5th seed. Everybody got that? All right. So Atlanta can clinch the 5th seed by beating the Heat today. But if their whole starting 5 is questionable, that's telling me they may sit them. They haven't decided yet. I mean, this playoff time, guys that would sit in game 60 ain't sitting today because the 5th seed is on the line, unless you really want to play the Knicks. And I find that to be disrespectful. Okay? I find that to be disrespectful. So that's what I'm looking at the hardest today. The Atlanta-Miami game. I want to see who Atlanta brings out as their starting 5 today. If they sit all of these guys that are questionable, they're telling you we'd rather play the Knicks in the first round. And that's disrespectful. Now, Atlanta, I will say, of the bottom four of the East, they're the toughest. They're the toughest. Them and Charlotte are playing the best ball right now. Charlotte and Atlanta are playing the best ball right now. Okay? So Atlanta would not be as easy as it is for the Knicks to beat Toronto. And I'm not saying Toronto's not better than, I mean, they beat Atlanta 4 times this year. So it's not like Toronto can't beat Atlanta. But Toronto has no answer for Karl Anthony Towns. And nobody does, but the reason it's mattering now is because Towns is moving his feet on defense. Did you guys see the game Friday? Did you see? I have never seen Karl Anthony Towns move those big puppies on defense the way he was doing against Toronto the other night. When he's doing that, you can forget it. And then offensively, there is no way in hell Toronto got anybody that could guard him. Nobody on their team has a shot at guarding him. He is the key here, okay? So, and then most people every year, they sleep on playoff Brunson. I don't know why, but all the Knick haters and all the doubters always want to sleep on playoff Brunson is an assassin. You don't want to mess with him. You just don't. It's a different level. It's a different gear. It's a different player in the playoffs. Okay? And people forget that. Last year, Detroit was doing all they can. They was beating homeboy up until it came time to win. And our boy Thompson was all on him, wasn't he? Until he wasn't. And that was ball game. You don't want to sleep on playoff Brunson. And as far as OG, that dumbass Stephen Bondi makes it. If you must have read Stephen Bondi if you're worried about OG, because I'm not worried about OG. They just being cautious. OG's going to be 100% ready for the playoffs. Don't need to worry about OG. That dumbass wrote, well, I'm concerned. And then, of course, a whole bunch of Knick Nation reads that bull crap and starts saying, I'm concerned now. Oh, no. Ain't nothing wrong with OG. Okay? He tweaked his ankle. They took him out. They don't need him. It's just straight clickbait. Straight clickbait. Amazing how they keep doing that. I looked at that and I said, this dumbass, man. Now he's going to have half Knick Nation worry about OG. OG's fine. And he's going to be fine. We got a whole week. Okay? So that's cool. But it's the Atlanta Heat thing is going to be the main thing. Toronto going to beat Brooklyn. Toronto going to beat Brooklyn today. Because Toronto can lock up the 5th seed. Now, this is the thing that I find very interesting. I think Atlanta has a stronger possibility of beating Cleveland than beating the Knicks. I think Toronto will lose more likely against New York also than Cleveland, but I think Atlanta presents more problems for Cleveland than they do for New York. And Toronto matches up well against Cleveland also. Don't get me wrong, because when you think about it, Cleveland is bringing out Mitchell, Harden, right? Then you got Mobley. Then you got, of course, at the 4 spot. Who they putting at the 4 spot? They got Mobley at the 4. They got let me look at their roster. They got Mobley at the 4. I know the big center from Texas. They got him in the middle. And who they got at the other spot? Allen, Mobley, Wade, Dean Wade, Harden, Mitchell. Yes. And then they got Dennis Schroeder, Sam Merrill, Max Strus, Keon Ellis. They got a tough crew. They got a tough crew over there in Cleveland. But I just think Atlanta matches up better. You're talking about Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu. You're talking about CJ McCollum. And then, we just witnessed it a few nights ago. They're going, Nicholas Alexander Walker is playing out of his mind right now. He really is. So you got McCollum, Nicole Alexander Walker, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Okongwu. Then you got Gaye, Kuminga, Kispert, and Gabe Vincent. They could match up with Cleveland. So I could understand Toronto maybe wanting to play Cleveland, but Atlanta, to me, could beat Cleveland. And neither Toronto nor Atlanta should not want to see any part of New York. They just should not want to see any part of New York. Okay, I give Atlanta the better matchup against us, but don't get it twisted. The Knicks could beat them in 7 games. Put it that way. Okay, Toronto. I don't like Cleveland. Cleveland has choked too much in the Donovan Mitchell era for me to be worried about Cleveland. They have choked too much. If Cleveland was New York and the way Cleveland has performed is the way the New York Knicks perform, like if the Knicks perform like Cleveland, you think Stephen A. Stupid would he'd be jumping out of buildings right now if it was Cleveland. He'd be telling you how much Jalen Brunson's choke artist. He'd be telling you to trade everybody. But that's not New York. That's Cleveland. See, so they choked too much for me. They done lost too many times in the first round for me. Thank you, son from Brooklyn. Raptors, Hawks, Magic will be tough. Yeah, Magic, unless Toronto and Atlanta lose, Magic ain't getting the 6th seed. I think Magic gonna beat Boston today because Boston is sitting Tatum and Brown and White. They sitting all of them today. So Magic gonna beat Boston today. I mean, something got to be really wrong if they don't beat Boston today. So Magic gonna win, but I also think Toronto beats Brooklyn today. So if Toronto beats Brooklyn, Orlando is going to be the 7th seed. Orlando needs Toronto to lose, and they need Atlanta to lose for Orlando to be the 6th seed. So that's not going to happen. Toronto ain't losing to Brooklyn today. So that's off. So Toronto is going to get the 5th seed if Atlanta loses to the Heat. Okay. If I have my druthers, I'd rather play Toronto in the first round. I want to play Toronto in the first round. Okay. Because Toronto just does not match up well with the New York Knicks. They just don't. Okay. They just don't. RJ and Quick are tough, no doubt. But damn, we got the assassin, man. We got the assassin and McCall back there. And then we still got Deuce and Shamet coming off the bench. Yeah, Toronto is the best matchup for us. The best matchup for us. So I'd rather have Toronto, which is why I really want Atlanta to beat Miami today. But I got to see if if Atlanta really wants to beat Miami today. Miami's coming to play today. They're playing for the home court in the 9-10 game. That's coming on Wednesday. Okay. That's what they're playing for. So they want home court in that 9-10 game against Charlotte. That's what they want. So they want to win today. Okay. Charlotte wants to beat New York for the same reason. They want that home court in the 9-10 game. Okay. So they want to beat New York today. Now, New York is sitting 4 of the 5 starters. We know McCall's going to play like a minute, whatever, and then foul and come out the game. So what you're going to have is, it looks like to me, Shamet, Deuce, Clarkson. You're going to have either Mo D or Hoop Porty, probably both. Then you're going to have Sohan coming off the bench. You're not going to have Kolick available today. You're going to have Sohan, and you're going to have Alvarado out there. You may see some Kevin McCullough today. You may see some Jemison today. Okay. But hey, listen, end of the season game, we don't know what's going to happen. We just don't want our guys to get hurt. Toronto resting their guys. Let me take a look. You say they're resting? Let's take a look and see. Toronto is playing Brooklyn today. And listen, even if they are resting, they're going to beat Brooklyn. I don't care. So, yeah, Toronto right now, they're sitting. No, they're not resting their guys. They got RJ as a game time decision. Quick is playing. They got Colin Murray Bowles as a game time decision. Trace Jackson Davis is game time decision. And Chucky Hepburn, who don't play anyway, is out. So they ain't resting nobody. I don't know what you're talking about. Toronto in here to win today. And they should be. They ain't resting nobody today. They playing RJ. They playing Quick. They playing Podol. They playing BI. They playing who the other guy? They playing Quick, BI. Oh, Scotty Barnes. Now, what you mean resting? Wait, who is that? Shabby, where you get that information from, bro? Yeah, Toronto coming to win today. Okay, period. That's going to happen. So, no, they ain't resting nobody. I'm trying to say, and BI, I call him Mr. Smooth. I ain't seen a player that smooth that play like BI. BI is smooth like Iceman. George Gervin used to be smooth. BI is smooth, man. He big smooth, man. So, but no, we ain't worried about nothing. Worried ain't part of our vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? Worried ain't in our vocabulary right now. We're not worried about nothing right now. See? So, RJ and them coming to win today against who they playing? RJ and them coming to win against the Nets today. They coming to take that game. So they're gonna take that game. And it's in Toronto too. Unless somebody from the Nets that we don't know about knocks down 50 today, RJ and them taking this game today. Okay, so that's gonna be the case. So if you're asking me, the first team I want to play is Atlanta. Second team, is Toronto. Second team is Orlando. Third team is Atlanta. Atlanta's the toughest of those three to me for a matchup against us. Toronto is the weakest of the three as far as a matchup with us. Now, Toronto should want very badly to get the 5th seed, because if they have a much better chance of beating Cleveland than beating us. Okay, so Toronto would want that 5th seed. Yes, Toronto ain't resting nobody. They coming for blood today. They want to get that 5th seed. Okay, they coming to get that 5th seed. Yeah. That's right. So we'll see. But yeah, one thing people are sleeping on is the playoffs are different than the regular season. You all know that, right? Boston thought the regular season was going to carry over to the playoffs last year. Apparently not, because the playoffs are a different animal. And with respect to New York, playoff Brunson is different. I mean, he's just different. And then, wait. The whole playoff Villanova crew is different. Y'all know that, right? I mean, playoff Villanova crew is different than regular season Villanova crew. Playoff Villanova crew is different. Okay? So, exactly, serial killer. If they blowing the Nets out by 30 or 40 and this is the 4th quarter, okay, they're going to rest all their starters then. But at the tip, they coming for blood. There's no doubt. They coming for blood. So, yeah. Now, against Toronto, I would say it's a 5-game series against Toronto. Yeah, I'm with you on that, VD. It ain't going to be easy now, but they just don't have a strategic answer to Cat. Now, Toronto is going to be wanting to run pick and roll on Cat and Brunson all day, every day. But I think Cat has improved enough to be able to defend it. I think he has. Okay. I think Cat has improved enough to be able to defend it. Brunson, we'll see. Okay, but I give it a gentleman's sweep against Toronto. That's why I'd rather Toronto. I don't think Atlanta is going to lose to Cleveland in those 5 games. I can see that going 7. The Cleveland, if Atlanta gets the 5th seed and they play Cleveland, that's going to be a 7-game series. Okay, and so the Knicks, if they can play Toronto and beat them in 5, we get a few more days rest to prepare for our next opponent, which would be either Cleveland or the winner of either Cleveland or the Detroit. Could be Detroit. I don't know, but we'll see. But Detroit would be playing. Now, listen, I'm gonna tell you, I don't think Detroit wants any parts of LaMelo in them. I don't think Detroit wants any parts of LaMelo Ball in Charlotte. I don't think they do. Did y'all see that they almost had team fights the last game? I don't think Detroit wants any parts of Charlotte, man. I'm just saying. I don't think they do. I don't think so. See, in fact, honestly, I don't think Boston wants that either. Nobody wants to mess with Charlotte right now. Nobody does, man. Yeah, so Boston, Detroit, they don't want no parts of Charlotte. They don't want no parts of Charlotte, man. And so Detroit is going to, they would beat Charlotte. Now, I ain't going to say it's going to be upset. There ain't going to be no upset now. Let me just get this clear. Detroit will win. Okay, but it's going to be a dogfight. I still would take Detroit in 5 or 6 against Charlotte, but it's going to be a dogfight. Every game is going to be a dogfight. Charlotte going to want to fight every game. Detroit want to fight every game. It's going to be a dogfight. Okay, it's going to be a dogfight. And that's assuming Charlotte would be the 8th seed if that's the case. The 7th seed would be Orlando. I don't think Orlando's going to give Boston that much of a problem. I don't think so. I don't think so. Orlando's been very inconsistent this year. So maybe they get it. Jamal Mosley gets it together with them in the playoffs. That's possible. That has happened before. So with teams, I mean. So they could give Boston a run, Right. Right. You're right. Myth, my tube, this. Yeah, you're right. Boston will be playing New York in the 2nd round. That's correct. Boston beating whoever the 7th seed is, New York beating whoever the 6th seed is, and yes, they would meet in the 2nd round. That's correct, my tube. and then Detroit would be meeting Atlanta. I'm telling you right now, I think Atlanta could beat Cleveland. I'm going to give Atlanta a 7-game win against Cleveland. I would pick Atlanta in that series. I would, unless somebody gets hurt. Okay. I would pick Atlanta in that series. So, Detroit could be playing Atlanta. I don't know. Yeah. Charlotte, nobody wants to mess with the Hornets right now. Them cats, man, they turned it up several notches to close the season, man. Talking about playing your best ball in April, they turned it up several notches to close the season. They did. Okay, so and Richard Baptiste, it always makes sense, right? To always favor the top 4 conference teams in either conference, when you come to the playoffs in the first round, to favor the top 4. It makes sense. But I'm just telling you, I think Atlanta is going. I would go with Atlanta. I'm not putting no money on it because I ain't stupid. But I would think I would be looking for Atlanta to upset Cleveland in that series. Yeah, my two. That's what I said. Yeah, I did say that, and I still think I want to see who they start. If they end up sitting everybody that's questionable today, they decided they want to play the Knicks. That's serious. If you see Atlanta sit Okongwu, Nickel Alexander Walker, CJ McConnell, you see him sit Jalen Johnson, they want to play the Knicks. And I'm gonna be hyped for that because I'll be like, you think you could beat us? You think that's a good idea? Oh, okay. Let's do this thing then. I'm not saying Atlanta would be no scrub. But don't mess with playoff Jalen and think you're getting over. The assassin is going to be the assassin. Now, and the thing about Atlanta is they're not going to have a new wrinkle against the Knicks. What am I saying? Dyson Daniels is going to pick up Jalen Brunson 94 feet. The Knicks are going to give that basketball to Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Josh Hart to bring up. CJ McConnell is going to try to put pressure on that guy. Okay? They're going to go to Cat. Okongwu cannot guard Karl Anthony Towns. Neither can their boy Lindell. Okay? Where'd you hear this, Prince J? Don't come in here with rumors you ain't got nothing to back it up with. Are you just giving me your opinion? Because I ain't read that. Let me see here. Atlanta. Let's see. They're all questionable. It's not saying they're out, it's saying they're questionable. Okongwu is questionable. Johnson is questionable. McCollum is questionable. Kuminga is questionable. Dyson Daniels is questionable. And Alexander Walker is questionable. They're not saying they're sitting anybody out. So don't be putting stuff in here that you don't know. Somebody in here just talk about Toronto resting everybody and they ain't resting nobody. So look, we don't know. We want to see a tip who they bring out. We'll find out. Okay. If Atlanta sits those guys, they ain't beating Miami today. If Atlanta sits 4 of their starting 5, they are not beating the Heat today. Not with Bam and Tyler Hero playing, and they are playing. Bam, Hero is playing. Andrew Wiggins is playing. If Atlanta sits 4 of their 5 dudes, they're planning on playing the Knicks because the Heat will beat them today. Okay, the Heat are playing for that home court in the first round of the play-in. Okay. Oh, anything can still happen, but this is the playoffs. In the playoffs, the cream rises to the top. This ain't just 82 games. And it's a Richard Baptiste. Let me explain. There's a difference between the 82-game season and the playoffs. It's a whole different animal. So 82-game season, yes, this is the league. Any team can beat any team. But hell no, not in no playoffs. Hell no. The better team wins. The better team wins. I ain't never seen a team that wasn't better than the other team lose in the playoffs. Better team wins. Okay, period. Oh, next season, Andrew, I don't even want to think about it. I don't know what Charlotte going to be next season. We'll see. I don't know. I wouldn't say no. No, I would say no. They're not going to be top 4. They're not good enough. They tough, For Charlotte next year, the goal would be top 6. That would be their goal, top 6. They ain't Detroit now. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They got a nice squad, though. I ain't gonna lie. They got a nice squad. But, come on, man. Nah. Yeah, so, but some teams, G-Child, I'm with you, but some teams are better than other teams. And some teams will push the Knicks more than other teams, okay? And yes, Mr. William, 1072, whatever team signs Isaiah Hartenstein, and it's going to be a playoff team, that team goes up a notch. Okay. I'm still not sure I would give Charlotte the top 4 with Hartenstein, but they were more legitimate to make it with that. Because in order for the Charlotte Hornets to be top 4, somebody from among Detroit, Boston, New York, and Cleveland got to drop out the top 4. Somebody got to lose their spot. So who's the team that's going to lose their spot? Could be, I would argue it might be Cleveland, but it ain't going to be nobody just giving it to them, Donnell, what you mean went back where? What you mean? I don't know what you mean. When you say you heard Dink Pate went back, I don't understand what you're asking, sir. You got to make that a little clearer. I don't know what that. Let me look up Dink Pate. I'm not sure what you mean. Dink Pate news. Dink Pate news. Let's see. Oh yes, so he signed with wait, let me see here. Looks like he's playing for Providence. Am I right? Yes, he's playing for Providence this coming year. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. He's playing for Providence this year. Yeah, that's NIL money. I bet you Dink is getting at least $5 million in NIL money. So why would he mess around with the league and G League when he's good enough to play in the league? He gonna get NIL money. Then he comes out after 1 year and is a top 5 pick. Would anybody doubt that Dink Pate would not be a top 5 pick next year? So there you go. Yeah, that's yeah. And Andrew Abraham, you're right. Everybody's sleeping. It's just a 1 year hiatus for Indiana. It's just a 1 year hiatus. So, is what it is, man. Jordo, if Atlanta loses, Toronto wins, and Orlando wins, we still play Toronto. That's correct. If those 3 teams would be in a 3-way tie, the tiebreaker will come out as Atlanta, Toronto, and Orlando. That is also correct. Yes, that's correct. So the thing is that what what I'm saying is Toronto ain't losing to Brooklyn today. They ain't. So Silk Sutton, thanks for the $5. Hey, bro, I heard if the Hawks, Magic, Raptors have the same record, Hawks have 5th seed because of division winner. No, Hawks have 5th seed because they if they tied, because if Hawks, Magic, and Raptors all win, Hawks have 5th seed because they have the most wins. There wouldn't be a tie. Hawks have 46 wins right now. If they win today, they have 47 wins. There's no tie. So they become the 5th seed. It would only be tied if the Hawks lose and Orlando and Toronto win, then all 3 teams are tied at 46. Does that make sense, Silk Sutton? So right now, Atlanta already has 46 wins. So if they win today, they have 47 wins, and then they become they lock up the 5th seed. Okay. Yes, we lose Dink Pate. Don't start blaming the Knicks for losing Dink Pate. It is what it is. He played how he played. There was nobody in the Knicks that's going to lose their spot because of Dink Pate this year. So yes, we would lose Dink Pate. Let's get over that and move on. The boy's going back to college, makes a smart move, get his NIL money guaranteed. Okay, get his $5 million, and then come back and be a top 5 pick, which is going to guarantee him another $40 million. Smart move. That's all I can say. That's a smart move. The boy doing the right thing. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So anyway, Toronto is going to beat Brooklyn. So Toronto is in the running for fifth seed if Atlanta loses. Toronto owns the season series against Atlanta. So if Atlanta loses today, Toronto becomes the fifth seed. Atlanta becomes the sixth seed. If Atlanta and Toronto lose, I think Orlando has to win and they become the sixth seed and Toronto the fifth seed. See, Atlanta's playing with fire. They don't, I don't know. They better be sure that Orlando's going to beat Boston. Otherwise, they better come out and win this game. That's all I'm saying. They bet because Toronto winning their game. I don't know what's going to happen with Orlando and Boston, but Orlando look like they're going to beat Boston today, but I don't know. You know, yeah. So we'll see. Well, if the Hawks lose, they still with 46 wins. Toronto becomes the fifth seed. The Hawks become the sixth seed. Yes, that's true. That's true. Um, Orlando has 45 wins. So if Orlando wins today, they just lock in the seventh seed. That's it. Okay, that's it. Yeah, Franz is back. Mo Wagner is back. Jay Suggs is back. Yeah, they got Bain. They got Wendell Carter. They ready to play. They ready to play. Okay. The only problem is they don't have Jonathan Isaac, who is a big bench piece for them. Yeah, and I do too. I'm with you, Mr. William. I like Jamal Mosley. I like Jamal Mosley. Somebody told me that they think they're gonna fire Mosley after this year. I said, well, if there's a problem in Orlando's locker room, it ain't Jamal Mosley's fault. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. Yeah. Boston is sitting their starters. So is Detroit. They have no need to play. Neither of them are going to change any outcome by losing today. Neither of them. The only reason Detroit might play, and I think it would be stupid to do it, is if they wanted 60 wins. I would still sit because right now Detroit is sitting at 59 wins. If they just wanted 60 wins and they're going to play their starters to get that, I wouldn't do it. Just take the 59 wins and be the number one seed. But, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. LB so wavy. If that team does not respect Jamal Mosley, they're not going to respect anybody. Jamal Mosley's a top-notch coach. He really is. And so if there's a problem, it ain't because of Jamal Mosley. It's not him. There's a problem in their locker room on their roster that they need to solve. I don't know what it would be, but it ain't Jamal Mosley. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's a top-notch coach. If they're not listening to him, they're a bunch of spoiled-ass brats, and they got a problem that's not Jamal Mosley. Yeah, Cade played and they Friday. Whoever they played, Cade played the last game. The last game Detroit played, Cade played, and he played well. Nah, Abraham. That was Brown and K, and really it was Brown and Cat working together to get on the same page. So this is good, man. And the thing is, the Knicks have another gear because Deuce is not fully Deuce yet. They got another gear. And Cat is just getting really acclimated to his real role as rebounder, defender, and offensive juggernaut. So and Brunson is getting his off-ball role. So we still got another gear. That's the good thing. The Knicks are going to the playoffs with the possibility of going up another gear. That is really good. No new. You're not gonna get contract news at playoff time, Corey. Some dumbass asked Mazzulla about Giannis. I was like, I don't know how he kept this cool. You asking about a player in the offseason in the time trying to get ready for the playoffs? I mean, Mazzulla handled it well. But no, this ain't the time to be talking contract. This ain't the time to be worried about that right now. Yeah. So what's up, M. Drake? So yeah. I don't know. We're not worried about Mitch's contract right now. We just trying to win. Trying to get this chip, y'all. Trying to get this chip, man. What's up, only DM Dawson? What's up? Yeah. So anyway, That's the situation right now. So I am just waiting to see who Atlanta plays there, who they tried out as their starting five today. If they sit all of those guys, they've decided they want the Knicks. And they will get the Knicks. Yes, they decided they want the Knicks. I really seriously don't understand it. They tough, yeah, but I think they have a better chance of beating Cleveland than Toronto does. Yeah. Let's get this chip right. Yeah, man. So right now, the Knicks, have they announced their starters today? I don't think they have. Let me see if it's on X yet. Have they announced who their starters going to be? Everybody know they sitting everybody, and they sitting Mitch Robb. But have they announced their starters? I don't think they have. Let's see. What's up, Miss Edwards? Yeah, they haven't announced it yet. So I don't know who's playing today. Yeah. Brooklyn is pretty much sitting everybody. So, yeah, but who's starting Malik? That's what I'm saying. They didn't put, like, I'm expecting Shamit, Deuce, Kumo D, Ariel Huporti, and probably Clarkson. But I don't know. So we got to see. No, Atlanta can go no lower than 6th. Atlanta can go no lower than 6th. They have clinched the top 6 seed. So the only question is Atlanta going to be 5th or 6th? If Atlanta wins today, they automatically 5th seed. If they lose today and everybody else wins, they'll be 6th seed. Orlando is playing for 7th seed and home court in the first play. That's what Orlando's playing for. If Toronto loses and Atlanta loses and Orlando wins, Orlando moves up to the 6th seed. But I'm not even counting that because Toronto ain't losing to Brooklyn today. So that's out. Toronto beating Brooklyn today. So Toronto's going to be at least the 6th seed, if not the 5th seed, depending on what Atlanta does. See, so yeah. Oh, that's right. Bridges is starting today. Alvarado, Bridges, Landry, Sammy, and yeah, that makes sense, Malik. I can see that. I'm not, and they bring Deuce off the bench. I can see that. I can see that happening. That's possible. Either doesn't matter. Both Deuce and Alvarado are going to play a lot today. They probably want to bring Deuce in slower, make sure he's ready for the playoffs. Yeah. So here we go. I'll be honest. I don't think the Knicks would sweep Atlanta. I don't think so. Atlanta's tough, y'all. I'm not saying the Knicks won't beat them in the 7-game series. They will. But I don't know about no sweep, though. Atlanta's rough, man. Atlanta's rough. So, yeah. I could see a 5-game series against Toronto. I can see them beating Toronto in 5. I can see that. But Atlanta might take us to 6. Atlanta might. Yeah. Atlanta might take us to 6. But right, I'm with you. Misery loves company. Knicks in 6 against the ATL. Knicks in 5 against Toronto. I'm with that. Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, it is MSG South and ATL, no doubt. But ATL's got a lot of fan support now because they've been balling in the last half of this season. They've been balling. So we'll see, man. It's going to be a very interesting series. It's going to be very interesting. This year, the both conferences, you're going to see some really high-level basketball. That's what I love about the NBA playoffs. You see basketball at its highest level, really. I'm really hoping that Juju and them win their first round. Juju and them look like they playing Denver in the first round. And you know what? Ant and Joker they be going at it in the playoffs. Y'all remember when the last time when Juju and them it wasn't Juju wasn't there. That was a cat. They went to the conference finals and they lost. But remember what Ant said? They had to win the game in Denver. And he said, we see your motherfuckers back in Minnesota. And they went to Denver and beat them. So they got something going on over there, man. That's gonna be a fun series to watch. Yeah. Yeah. No, Misery Loves Company. You're right. The ATL tickets are gonna be way harder to get than Philly tickets. Way harder to get. Way harder. Yeah. So we'll see. Um, yeah, it did, Malik. It really did. So Juju is playing ball. Our boy DiVincenzo's balling. Ant is balling. This is gonna be good. Yeah. Yeah. But playoff Villanova is playoff Villanova. Oh yeah, Cat. Yeah, but Cat is better than Juju. But Juju ain't no joke. That ain't no slight on Juju. Nah, and Juju ain't no joke. Yeah, Dink Pate going to Providence. That's the smart move. Dink Pate got his people are smart, very smart. Dink Pate is going to get about, I would guess, at least $5 million for this one season for playing at Providence. He's going to get $5 million. Then, if he's healthy, hopefully he is, next June, Dink Pate will either be the number one pick or he will definitely be top three. He will be top three next June. And that's going to guarantee him another $40-50 million plus sneaker endorsement money. Smart move. Smart move. Why would he mess around with G League? He don't have to. Yeah, he going to get his money. He going to get paid. He going to be top picks. He's going to be all that. And he'll be ready. He'll be ready. Who coaches at? Who's the Providence coach, y'all? Is he any good? Who is the Providence coach? He must be a good talker because he got Dink to go there. Let me see. Who's the Providence? Who's the coach at Providence? Y'all know? Who's the head basketball coach? Let me see. Brian Hodgson. Never heard of him. Brian Hodgson. Well, Brian, you got yourself a big fish, man. Brian, you got yourself a big fish. Think Pate's going to be over there in New England this year. So. Late lottery and 5 minutes. A good question, Misery Loves Company. I don't know. But Pink, Dink Pate would not be late lottery. Dink Pate would be top 5. He comes out next year, he's top 5. There's no question. He's going to be top 5. He might even be the top pick, but he's definitely going to be top 5. That's at least $40 million. So he's going to get paid. And he's getting his $5 million NIL money. So you can't lose. He's going to be in good shape. His daddy, his mommy, his family, very happy. Very happy. That's a smart move. Yeah, so. Nah, nothing's easy in the playoffs. Ain't no easy, man. This league is very, what do you call it? The parity is at an all-time high in the NBA. Very much parity. And it's interesting because every team has kryptonite with certain matchups, right? So I think ATL matches up very well with Cleveland. I don't know if Toronto does, although Toronto might be the 5th seed. See, so it's all, it's all about the matchups. The Knicks don't match up as well against ATL as they do against Toronto, but that don't mean the Knicks ain't gonna beat ATL. So yeah. Well, in order to get rid of the possible bias of the NBA referees, you need to get gambling out of the NBA, and they ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that. Too much money involved. Too much money. How would I feel if the Timberwolves do not beat the Nuggets? I say, oh, well, y'all try. My heart ain't going to be aching for no team that ain't the Knicks. All right, Curry, I'm just telling you. I would like to see the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets, but if they lose, they just lose. I'm not going to care. Only the Knicks is what I care about, so whatever. But, I hope Juju and them, for Juju and Devo's sake, they beat the Nuggets and move on. I would like to see that. And then they both get the privilege of losing to either San Antonio or OKC, because I don't think either of them could beat San Antonio and OKC in a 7-game series. So yeah, whatever, Juju and them move on. And I think if they win that series, they would play San Antonio and they get the privilege of losing in San Antonio. Yeah, so. Yeah, M. Drake, it would be very difficult for the commissioner to investigate the refs because they'd have to be real blatant about it. You have to replace a whole bunch of refs. Then you'd be getting a whole bunch of new refs, and then your calls would be off, and it'd be tough. They should have never let gambling come into the league, but they did. So it is what it is, man. Gambling is in the league. And in the playoffs, how much money is going to be at stake on the gambling side. I mean, in the NBA playoffs, it's going to be a lot of gambling money out here. And even players with guaranteed contracts are obviously falling prey because you see Scary Terry is not on the Heat no more. That's telling you that the Scary Terry situation was real and scary, right? Because they just waived Scary Terry. That money is big. Okay, that money is big. And then Malik Beasley gets caught up in it. Come to find out he really wasn't caught up enough to lose his spot. But yeah. But we'll see, man. I like the Spurs to come out the West. I'm with y'all. I like OKC. They tough, no doubt. They the defending champions. I like the Spurs coming out the West, though. Yeah, the Spurs gonna be rough, man. And the scary thing about them, honestly, they haven't even reached their peak yet. They're gonna be even better. They're gonna be even better. So can OKC, to be fair about it, but the Spurs gonna be even better, man. They really. You like the Nuggets? Well, hey, listen, the Nuggets. Let me not lie. The Nuggets are good enough to come out the West. They are. Okay, I ain't gonna front, but they're gonna need the ball to bounce their way a couple of times for that to happen. But the Nuggets are good enough to come out the West. They got a nice team. They really do. They got a playoff built team. Some teams are built for the regular season. Some teams are built for the playoffs. Like Cleveland's a regular season juggernaut, right? Well, they were last year. But they're not necessarily a playoff juggernaut. Okay? OKC is built for the playoffs. Spurs are built for the playoffs. Denver is a playoff type of juggernaut, So we'll see. Yes, I agree. Misery loves company. They do need a healthy Aaron Gordon. They absolutely do. And the other kid, the kid they got from Brooklyn, Johnson, they need him too. They need both of them to be healthy. Yeah, they need both of them to be healthy. Yeah, Corey. I'm not trying to break on y'all. I mean, if they lose, they lose. If they lose, they get early vacation. Juju can go on vacation with his wife and make another baby. That's all I'm saying. I hope they win, though. I'd like to see Juju and them, advance. So. No, yeah, the Knicks still have one more gear, man. And then don't sleep on playoff JB, playoff Villanova. Playoff Villanova is different. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, they definitely need Cam Johnson. They need both Aaron Gordon and Cam Johnson. They need both of them. I don't think we have to really guess about Brown. Brown's going to play. Brown's going to be ready, and he's going to ball. That's a balling young man. Okay. Murray, balling young man. They're going to ball. Of course, we know the Joker's going to show up to play. So you will see. Yeah. So anywho, it's going to be quite a playoffs all the way around. Yeah, it's going to be quite a playoffs all the way around. Yeah. I'd like to see DiVincenzo and Juju advance, though. It'd just be good story for them to advance in the West. I don't see anybody really seriously challenging, though. I mean, I hear somebody say, Denver's capable of of beating everybody in the West. They are. If Luka don't come back, you know who's gonna go on vacation early. Luka's trying to get that hammy right, and for him to be going all the way overseas to try to get that hammy right, that hammy's tough, man. So yeah, somebody might be going on vacation early. We'll see. Concerns for us, Anna Grill? No, I don't have any. No, none, zero, none. I don't got no concern. Yeah, OG's fine, Fuego. Are you worried because you read Stephen Bondi said he's worried? Is that why you asked me, Fuego? Is that why you asked me about OG? Because Stephen Bondi said that's concerning? Because Stephen Bondi just made you click on his article? Because is that why? Because OG just got tweaked ankle, little light tweaked ankle. He'll be all right. Well, he'll be 100% ready. No, I'm just saying. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, Lakers might be going on vacation early. You know. No, they getting them rest, man. They're getting rest. Yeah. M Drake. Yeah. What's easy? And don't use the word easy with the NBA playoffs, man. That always makes me nervous. There's no easy in the NBA playoffs. There's no easy. Everything's hard. Okay. Everything's hard. But the Knicks are built for the playoffs. They are built for the playoffs. Yeah. So, the biggest game is game one in any playoff series. The biggest game is game one. In game one, the home team must win to preserve home court, right? In game one. In game two is 3 games in each arena. But if the home team loses game 2 and there's a split, then you got 3 games to 2 for the visiting team now, and it's split. So, yeah. Indiana, that shot by if that shot that bounced high off the rim and went through for Halliburton, if that doesn't go in, it's a whole different story, man. It's a whole different story, but it is what it is. It did go in, so they deserve to win. Yeah, they deserve to win. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it is what it is. So anyway, yeah. Here we go. So I want to see who Atlanta starts today. That's going to be the big tell. Who is playing for Atlanta? I want to see if they rest all their guys. They really do want New York. They really do. And I'm like, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. That's all I'm gonna say. See, look, man, Nicole Alexander-Walker is balling, but I'm be surprised if he hit 7 threes against the Knicks. Y'all saw him; he was crazy. He was out of his mind, unconscious. I don't see that happening in 7 games, though. That's all I'm saying. I don't see that happening for 7 games. Yeah. So we'll see. Prince Charles said, what is our record when OG scores 20? Well, I would have to do some research on playoff basketball. You're asking about the playoffs, right, Prince Charles? Like during the course of a season, that's the regular season. But playoffs, we'd have to see. I didn't really look. I'd have to do some research on that. I can't give you a quick answer on that, Prince Charles. I'd have to do some research, go on Basketball Reference and research it a little bit. Is that what you got, Malik? Is that what they said? Oh, shoot. Is that what they said, Malik? Where you get that from, Malik? I got to see this. Wait a minute. I got to see this. Is that what they said, Malik? Where you get it from, Malik? Where's your source, man? I want to see it. Where's your source? Where's your source? Is that BSPN? Wait, hold on, Bubba. I gotta find out, man. Yo, wait, what? They're giving away the game. Hold on. They still got all their boys listed as questionable, though. Nope. They got all of them out. McCollum, all starting 5 is out. Gaye is day to day. Kuminga's out. Vincent's out. Oh God, they want the Knicks. Okay, okay. Then it's going to be Toronto in the 5th seed. It's going to be Atlanta seed 6. There you go. There you go. Atlanta it is. We're going to be going against Atlanta in the 7-game series. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Right. Be careful what you ask for. You asked for it, right? Okay. Okay. Let's do what we got to do, y'all. That's disrespectful. Oh, you want to play us then? Okay. 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 Let's do this. Alfonso, who cares? What's up? No, they don't have to play full press defense. Uncle Drake, where you getting this stuff from? Man, come on, baby. No, they don't have to do that. No. McCall might be pressing somebody 94 feet. Deuce will. Shamit will. But you ain't asking Brunson to be pressing nobody 94 feet. That ain't his game. But I just hope he could fight through screens on the pick and roll. Yeah. Yeah, so. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Corey Lindsay. It's true. Yeah, so. So it's going to be Knicks, Hawks, Toronto, Cleveland in the first round of the playoffs. Toronto, Cleveland, Knicks, Hawks, first round of the playoffs. There you go. Woo! Knicks, Hawks. The Hawks will give the Knicks tougher time than Toronto. I ain't going to front. They will. So. Nah. That's not true, Jordo. Let me go back and look at this again. You're gonna get me looking at this mess again, but I just looked at it this morning. No. Orlando can only go above 7 if both Toronto and the Hawks lose. They could. That's the only time. That's the only way they get above 7. They need a win with both the Hawks and the Raptors losing. The Raptors win and the Hawks lose. Orlando must win to get home court in the first round there. But yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Look here. Let me see. Now they took it away. They took it away. But anyway, New York will play Atlanta in the first round of the playoffs. Period. Toronto will be playing the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round of the playoffs. Period. Orlando will probably have home court against somebody in the play-in. Period. Yeah, they're saying that before the games start, Reverend. They got to wait till the games are over to tell you what really is happening. Trust me. If Atlanta loses and Toronto wins, Toronto's the 5th seed. Toronto owns the season series against Atlanta. Okay. Yeah, why are we still talking about this? Jordo, look at my last message. Okay. I'm tired of talking about it. Anyway, bottom line, Toronto will beat Brooklyn today. Miami will beat Atlanta today. If that happens, the Knicks will play Atlanta. Toronto will play Cleveland. Yeah, so yeah, I understand with Toronto, Atlanta is probably the toughest of the bottom four, bottom five, bottom four. Atlanta's the toughest. And they got Dyson Daniels, and they know that Dyson Daniels is Brunson kryptonite, usually, but we'll see. That's all I got to say. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Because I know Toronto beating Brooklyn today. And if Atlanta is sitting all them starters, they are going to lose to the Heat today. Okay. No doubt. And Orlando is going to beat Boston because Boston is sitting White, Tatum, and Brown. They're all sitting today. So Orlando will beat them. Okay. I agree, Michael Drake. I agree, M. Drake. I agree with you. Yes, I agree. Yes, it will make us better. It will. Yeah. So anyway, Atlanta knows what they're doing. Listen, first, let me just explain this. Let me ask you a question. Do any of you think that Atlanta would rather be in the play-in than the top six? Wait, can you hear me? Do any of you think Atlanta would rather be in the play-in than top six? What do you think that they really want to lose today so they could be in the play-in? Does that make sense? Anyway, you hear what I'm saying? So Atlanta would not be taking a risk on losing to the Heat in order to drop into the 7th seed. They're not doing that. I don't care what Orlando does. So if Toronto, and everybody in the world knows Toronto's going to beat Brooklyn today. So Toronto's going to be the 5th seed. Okay. And if Atlanta wins, Toronto will be the 6th seed because Atlanta has 46 wins. If they win today, it would be win number 47, would vault them into the sole possession of the 5th seed. But if they lose today, they go to the 6th seed. If they go to the 6th seed, they play New York. They know what they're doing, y'all. So, yeah. They know what they're doing. I was thinking about that this last night. I was like, wait a minute. So Atlanta, if they sit their guys, they're trying to tell the world, we'd rather play the New York Knicks. Okay. There was somebody a couple of weeks ago when the Knicks lost 3 straight. Well, nobody's afraid of New York. Anybody could beat New York in the first round. I was like, okay. Really? Okay. We'll see. People get caught up in the moment and start making stupid statements, especially when they got a big platform and a big microphone. Anyway. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, we're going to find out and we're going to see what happens. Because 2 teams I know are going to win today. Toronto is beating Brooklyn and Orlando is beating Boston. That's going to happen. Okay? Now, I don't know what the ATL is doing, but they're going to lose to the Heat. If they don't play their starters, they're going to lose to the Heat because the Heat coming to get that 9th seed, that home court. No Corey Lindsey. There's no news on his contract extension, and there's not going to be. There's not going to be any news unless it's clickbait. The Don ain't letting out no information about Mitch Rob. Y'all know you should know this, Corey Lindsey. He ain't putting no information out there. For what? For y'all to speculate during playoffs? No. So I think Atlanta's betting on Dyson Daniels locking up Jalen Brunson. I think that's their bet. And Nicole Alexander Walker being unstoppable. I think that's their bet. And then Jalen Johnson doing Jalen Johnson because Jalen Johnson is now playing is behind off too. Yeah. So Hornets against the Heat, I'm picking Hornets. Hornets is a tough nut right now. Tough. The Knicks are playing the Hornets today, right? So the Hornets want to win today. They definitely want to win today. They want to be the 9th seed. So does the Heat. So it's going to be interesting. Jalen Johnson was an all-star this year. Deservedly so. He was an all-star this year. Definitely. He should be in the running with Nicole Alexander Walker for most improved player this year. He really should. Yeah. Yeah, Atlanta's gonna be tough. Don't think it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be tough. Rapper Stone, you know they're sitting all their starters. Don't act like the Knicks can't lose this game. Come on, man. The Knicks are sitting their top six players. They could lose today. It's not a big deal. The Knicks are locked in at 3. It doesn't matter how it looks. This ain't fashion. You know, WBLS wear red and black today. It ain't like that. They're the top 3. They're gonna play whoever. Yeah, so don't worry about them losing to the Charlotte. It means a lot more to Charlotte than the Knicks today. A lot more. It means a lot of more to Charlotte. Yeah. Well, the Leprechaun is in DC now, and they're better without the Leprechaun. They are. I mean, Atlanta. They are better without the Leprechaun. Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, C.J. McCollum are better than when they had the Leprechaun. They're better now. So, yeah. Yes, Atlanta is going to have a problem with one cat. And, of course, Mitchell Robinson. Exactly, Andrew. Hey, I got you. Don't forget about Trey Young, right? The leprechaun. Coach Hauser. Coach Hauser. All right, all right. Yep, 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 yep. Me neither, Corey Lindsay. That's what I'm saying. Don't pay no attention to stuff that don't make sense. You know why, Corey Lindsay? If it don't make sense, it's because it don't make sense. It's not real. It's not real. It don't make sense. So everybody's saying that, Rapper Stone. They would have to overcome the issues that got Jamal Mosley on the hot seat right now. So I don't know why, but they're having something internal is happening in Orlando. You know, so I don't know. We'll see. I hope Orlando's tough. I would love to see them beat Boston. That would be tremendous. I just don't think it's going to happen. I would love for Orlando to beat Boston. Oh, man. That would be tremendous. If Orlando beat Boston, shoot, that would be great, man. I'm trying to tell y'all that would be great. Hey, look, if Orlando, no, I'm just saying, I don't think they're going to, but if Orlando beat Boston, right? If Orlando beat Boston, then that means that Detroit will be playing Orlando in the second round, right? Is that correct? Because Detroit would be the 7th seed. I mean, then Orlando will be the 7th seed playing number 1 seed Detroit. Isn't that correct? So if Orlando was to beat Boston, Orlando wouldn't be playing the Knicks next, right? Is that correct? Am I right on that? What y'all, come on, all you experts, where y'all at? So if Orlando beats Boston in the first round, then let's say you got Detroit, Orlando, New York, Cleveland. I think, right, Boston would be, Detroit would be playing Orlando in that scenario. Is that correct? Am I right about that? Detroit would be playing the lower seed, which is Orlando. Right. Is that correct, Coach House? Am I right on that? So then New York will be playing Cleveland in the second round. Wait, Buddha, I'm sorry, Buddha, I didn't even see your question. Oh, so Coach Hauser. So wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm right. I'm getting this correct. I'm asking y'all, when I don't want your experts, I'll be hearing from y'all. When I want y'all, I don't hear from y'all. So wait, I'm asking y'all. So if Orlando beats Boston, you telling me that the Knicks would play Orlando in the second round? Is that for real? Really? Okay. And the Knicks would have home court then. Ooh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. So the Knicks would be, if the Orlando somehow beats Boston, then the Knicks would play Orlando, and the Knicks would have home court against Orlando. And then let's assume Cleveland beats Toronto, and then of course Detroit wins. So then Detroit would play Cleveland, and Detroit would have the home. Wow, that's almost unfair because the Knicks would have the weakest team of the four. Right? Wow, wow. Oh, we'll see. So okay. So I'm really rooting for Orlando then, right? Right? I'm rooting for Orlando in every. I hate Boston, so I hope Orlando do beat. I hope Orlando do beat. Oh, is that what you asking, Buddha? Let me see now. Are they still listing? Are they listing an ankle problem for our boy Franz? Let me see. Are they listing an ankle problem for him? Let me just look at the updated news on Franz Wagner and see what we got here. Franz, they got nobody on the depth on the injured list in Orlando. Let me see here. So let's see. Franz Wagner. Let's take a look here. Wagner scored 17. He exited the game Wednesday due to an apparent knee injury, but he checked back in after a brief stint in the locker room. This was Wagner's first time playing more than 20 minutes since February 11th. Even though his role on offense is prominent, the Magic focus right now is to have him sharp as possible. So I think he'll be. It sounds to me that Wagner is going to be healthy for the playoffs, if that's the question, Buddha. Sounds like Wagner's going to be healthy. It's not his ankle, it's his knee apparently, but it sounds like he's going to be ready. Yeah. No, some from Brooklyn. I mean, in the realistic world, right? There's no way in hell Boston going to lose to Orlando. But I'm just saying, I'm going to be rooting every game for Orlando. I'm going to be rooting every game for Orlando. That's all I'm saying. And listen, I guess it's too late to get playoff tickets. I would like to actually see that game, but I guess it's too late to get playoff tickets. 3 years ago, Miss Edwards is a whole different Knick team, though, right? You talking about 2023? That's when we had Juju with the hurt shoulder or ankle or something. That was a different team. That's a different scenario, man. This is a whole new situation. Yeah. Thursday, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? No, we a different team this year. Let's see what happens. I don't think, Miss Edwards, the Knicks are going to take Atlanta lightly. No, that's not going to happen. You know what would be really the problem for New York, Miss Edwards, against Atlanta is if they go up 3-0. That would be a problem because then Cat does have a bad habit of taking his foot off the gas, just like Juju did too. They would take their foot off the gas. Brunson would be pissed, but that would be a dangerous thing. If the Knicks went up 3-0 on Atlanta, then they would really, that would be a problem a bit because Cat does take his foot off the gas. He does, but we'll see. I don't think it's going to be that way, though. I think it's going to be a fight every game against Atlanta. John Petty, we don't know. So I'm saying I don't think Boston and whatever, say what you want. Tatum is back. Tatum right now is Tatum. So you playing a really good Boston team. So, yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna see, Buddha. We're gonna see. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. But I'm just shocked to know what y'all told me that if Orlando did get by Boston and the Knicks did beat Atlanta, that the Knicks will be playing Orlando in the second round. That is amazing. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to find out, y'all. We're going to find out for real. We're going to see. We're going to see for real. So, yeah, man. Man, please. We're going to see. Yep. It's going to be good, Coach House. It's going to be good. So, it's going to be Atlanta, New York, Toronto, Cleveland. It's going to be interesting to see, man. It is going to be. Hey, Rick, you right. These are fun. This is going to be. This is to me the best basketball on earth being played is the NBA playoffs. NBA is the best basketball on earth in a general sense, but the best basketball on earth is the NBA playoffs. You're not going to see a higher level of basketball, the game, than in the NBA playoffs. This is the best, man. Yeah. So yeah, the Knicks still have another gear, man. They really do. So we'll see. I'm not gonna say that. But anyway, I hope Juju and them beat Denver. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope Juju and them beat Denver. I would love to see that. Love to see it. Yeah, everyone healthy is right. And this is the first time, tell me if I'm wrong, that we have healthy Mitch Rob for the playoffs. We have healthy Mitchell Robinson. Now, the last time Mitchell Robinson was semi-healthy in the playoffs is when the Knicks played Cleveland, and Mitch Rob personally took the lunch money of the whole Cleveland front line. Do y'all remember that? Mitch Rob took the lunch money of the whole Cleveland front line. He said, Mobley, give me that lunch money. He said, Jerry, give me that much money. So I am very excited that Mitch Rob is fully healthy. Time for the playoffs. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, here we go. I think the Lakers, if Luka is not back 100%, they're going on vacation early. Yeah, Big Mitch is hungry. And don't think Big Mitch don't know that he got a contract coming up. Don't think he don't know that. He do know that. It's going to be on. Mitch Rob came back late in this season. Remember, Donnell? He came back like in mid-March last year. He was out the whole year last year. Came back in mid-March. And it wasn't really, he never really got to where he is now. He never really got there. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see, man. Oh, yeah. When they drafted Mitchell Robinson, I called him a championship piece. And they got him in the second round. I knew he was a championship piece. I could sometimes just look at a guy and tell, this kid, I said, he's a champ. First of all, the only reason he didn't get picked in the top 5 was because he wouldn't play his freshman year and they played politics. It was stupid. The NBA general managers played politics with Mitchell Robinson because he refused to play for Western Kentucky and he sat out to get ready for the draft, as he should have. And that's why he fell to us in the second round. And you know who drafted him? That was Perry and Mills. They drafted him. Okay, second round. And I said, we got a chip piece right here. You know, then he couldn't stay healthy. So my idea was bring him off the bench. And guess what they did? And guess what happened? Oh, yes. Bring him off the bench. That's what we're talking about. Yep, it was Steve Mills and Scott Perry. They drafted him. And that was a brilliant move. Brilliant. Got him in the second round. Shoot. Yeah, so, yeah. And here come, and you ain't seen McBride yet. You ain't seen him yet. You ain't seen him yet. That's the exciting thing. That's another gear that need to come forward. You ain't seen Deuce yet. Okay, you going to. You going to. Mm-hmm. Yep, so I am excited for our team, right? Y'all too, right? I am excited to see our team on the playoff level. And yeah, Jordan Clarkson is balling. West 4th Street doing business, man. And I told y'all was like, well, Kumo D might get that. I said, no. Jordan Clarkson's going to get the nod as the ninth guy. There's no doubt. Jordan Clarkson is balling right now. He's the ninth guy. He is. There you go. No doubt. You know, so Kumo D is the future. He is. He's the future. You know, that's right. That's right. It's time for the grown-ass men to play right now. Kumo D is the future. The boy doesn't seem to understand that. You know, he seemed a little disappointed that he ain't playing. This is time for the grown-ass men to show up, okay? Get out the way, young man. You'll be here. You're going to have your time. Kumo D going to have his time, no doubt. But this is time for the grown-ass men to play. Step aside, youngin'. Let the grown-ass men do their thing. Yep. So here we go. The 10th guy, Sohan Buddha, he might be. I mean, you got Sohan, you got Kumo D, and you got Alvarado. Now, if you notice Friday, they put Kumo D in there before Sohan. He played more minutes than Sohan last Friday. So if you had to go by the minutes, Kumo D played more minutes than Sohan. So I don't know. He might, put Kumo D up in that spot. We'll see. So we'll see. Rapstone, you have to understand, Mohamed Diawara is an elite defender as a rookie. Sohan is also an elite defender. I agree. You would probably go with the veteran in this scenario. Today's going to tell you a lot today. I want to see if they start. What do y'all think? It's time for a poll. It's time for a damn poll. Hang on. Let me give you all a poll right now. Let me give you all a poll. Let's do a poll. Here's your poll, y'all. Here's your poll. Who starts today? Oh, did I mess it up? Let me see. Oh, it's not showing the whole thing. It's just showing you. So it's back and forth, man. It's back and forth. It's back and forth. Y'all going back and forth on this one. All right. So it seems like Diawara 61%. Diawara is getting the edge right now. Look like Diawara's got the edge. Yeah, Diawara's got the edge. 66% of y'all saying Diawara, 67%. Coach Anderson, time for some grape juice. Nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on the grape juice right now. I'm gonna wait till after I have my dinner for the grape juice. Right today. I'm not even sure. I might have some Merlot today. We'll see how this works out. Oh, V-Dash, you ask an interesting question, V-Dash. He says no option for both. I am assuming V-Dash asked a good question, but I am going to assume that Hoop Porty will start at the 5 today. That's my assumption. When I made this poll, I assumed Hoop Porty will start at the 5. That's why I put it that way. But V-Dash, you absolutely right. You might start both of them. You ain't lied yet. I'm assuming Hoop Porty will start at the 5, and then you might see some Jemison today. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, he could both. But if it was between Sohan and Diawara, for this example, who are you starting? It looks like most of y'all are definitely starting Diawara by a pretty big margin. Looks like most of you are starting Diawara by a pretty big margin. Looks like he's 2/3 of y'all are going with Diawara today. Yeah, I kind of agree. If I had to choose, and I'm only agreeing, not that I don't think Sohan could start today, but I think Brown trusts Diawara more than Sohan. That's what I'm looking. To me, it appears that way. Brown trusts Diawara more than Sohan. Hoop Porty, Deuce, Clarkson, McCall, Alvarado. No Shamit. I'm surprised at that. That's a surprise, Miss Lumley. You mean that's what NBA.com said? Let me see that. So they're projecting. Oh, Landry Shamet is listed as out. Okay. So Shamet is out, y'all. Okay. So the whole starting 5, Mitchell Robinson and Landry Shamet are out. So yes, I can see that. Yes, Clarkson, Bridges, McBride, Hoop Porty, Alvarado. Now, we know very well that if McCall plays more than 3 minutes, I will be surprised. Right? So McCall just needs to start, and then the game needs to start, and then they're going to sit him, correct? So who comes in? That's what we're really asking. So now we know who Porty is starting. So I guess this poll is telling me that y'all think the first guy off the bench is going to be Diawara. Am I correct on that or what? So it sounds to me that, okay, so Mikal Bridges plays 3 minutes and sits down. So then you're going to have a guy come in and play. So it looks like y'all telling me Diawara comes in. Diawara comes in and he balls and he plays. I am surprised they would start Alvarado, Deuce, and Clarkson. I could see Shamet, but Yeah. 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 So Bridges, I don't even know if he needs to play 10. Does he need to play 10, Buddha? I think in the scenario we're talking about, his consecutive game streak, he just needs to be there at the tip-off. He needs to be there as a starter at the tip-off. So that means he has started 634 consecutive games, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so he's going to just start. He's going to probably go up and down the court once, foul, and then he's going to sit down. Yeah, right. Against Brooklyn, right? He played like 10 seconds, right, Coach Hauser? He played like 10 seconds against Brooklyn. And then he said, yeah. So, but so you're going to see Clarkson, probably Mo D with Deuce, Houporti, and Alvarado. Well, one thing we do know, the ball's going to move today. Y'all heard that, right? You heard? The ball's going to move today. We do know this. The ball is going to move today. Okay? There's nobody in that starting five that's going to cause the ball to stick. The ball's going to move today. Now, real question is, so you're going to have, let's say you put Diawara in there. Kolek is out today, is he not? I mean, Kolek is out, so you can't have Kolek. I know that disappoints poor Miss Edwards. I know you're disappointed, right, Miss Edwards? I know you was hoping Kolek would be in the middle, but Kolek is sitting today. So Kolek sits. So now you got Sohan, Jemison, McCullough. So McCullough is going to play today. Sohan, Jemison, and McCullough are going to play today. They're going to play. I think you're not going with more than 8 today. I think. Okay. He has the capability, Mr. Byer, of being a ball stopper, but I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be a ball stopper. I think he's going to be catch and go. He may be pulling a lot today. I will give you that. But the ball's going to move today. The ball's going to move. He's not going to ball stop today. The ball's going to move. Whereas Charlotte's starting their regular starting 5. This is going to be a good test for our youngins, don't you think? I think this is a good test for our youngins, man. Because Charlotte coming with full barrel. If they could play with Charlotte today, I'll be proud of our boys. You know what I'm saying? I'll be proud of them. So let's see what happens. Yeah, Kolek hurt his oblique was the other day. He said Clarkson go for 50. Yeah. You know, speaking of 50, there was a guy I liked a lot coming out of San Diego State, Malachi Flynn. Y'all remember him? He was Defensive Player of the Year in his conference at San Diego State in his senior year. I liked him for the Knicks, but Toronto got it, right? Then he came over I think Malachi Flynn came over as a throw-in in the OG trade. And then the Knicks traded him to Detroit, if you recall, and he dropped 50. What happened to him after that? What happened to Malachi Flynn? He went to Detroit and played and dropped 50. And I don't know what happened to him after that. I liked him coming out of college. Where is he playing ball at? Oh, he's playing in Turkey right now. Okay, he's playing in Turkey. Okay. He's playing in Turkey. Yeah, so yeah, he's in a Turkish league. But he dropped, remember he got traded to Detroit and then he dropped 50. He dropped 50 on somebody in Detroit. Yeah, and I like Malachi Flynn, both sides of the ball. I like his game, man. I like his flair. I like his vibe. I like the way he balls. So, but oh man, you know what I forgot, John Pettit. I forgot about our boy Pacone. Pacone should play a lot today. What y'all think? Pacone should get at least 25 minutes, 20 minutes today, right? Pacone Daddy, he should be getting a lot of minutes today, right? He should. Yeah, so I don't see them going no more than 9 today. The starting 5, and then you're going to play somebody, Kumo D or Pacone going to come in. I think it's going to be Kumo D. Then you're going to have Pacone, Sohan, and probably either McCullough or Jemison. One of them guys. Josh Hart is the funniest Knick of all time. There's never been a New York Knick funnier than Josh Hart. There has just not been. This guy's crazy, man. He is funny. Oh, man. Hey, what's up, Steven Aceto? Well, welcome. So yeah, so it looks like Clarkson, Bridges, McBride, Porty, and Jose Alvarado are your starters. Bridges is going to play a minute and sit, and you're probably going to have Mo Diawara come in for him. Then you're going to have Sohan, Daddier, who else? Sohan, Daddier, McCullough playing. And you're probably going to have, well, that's it. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, he did, Coach House. He did. He did. He did say that. 6 o'clock, now another 6 o'clock Eastern time. 6 o'clock Eastern. 6 o'clock Eastern time. So that's what time the game is today in New York against the Charlotte Hornets. Nobody get hurt, please. Nobody get hurt, especially you, McCall, and you, Deuce. Don't get hurt today. Don't do it. Okay? So it looks like y'all favor Diawara. I have to agree with y'all on this one. I think Diawara will be that guy coming in there. So, yeah, knock on everything. Nobody get hurt today, please. Nobody get hurt. I always say nobody from any team get hurt. Just to, I don't want to show like you don't care about nobody else. Nobody get hurt today. Please, nobody get hurt. Nobody get hurt. Oh, Aceto, that's too bad. You could go to a restaurant bar and watch it, right, Steven Aceto? Where you live? If you in New York, I'm sure they're showing it. Right? It's true, Buddha. I'm sure they're showing it in some bar somewhere. I'm sure they are. I know in Orlando they would be. They're showing it in Orlando somewhere. I know they're showing it in some bar. So is it League Pass? The game is League Pass today? Yeah, it's League Pass. Yeah. Archie Moore. Yeah. Oh, they got a place called Archie Moore. Is that right? One of my favorite boxes of all time, the old Mongoose, Archie Moore. Yeah, so I would go watch it there, man. Oh, is it going to be on MSG? It's going to be on MSG too, Steven Aceto, if you want to get MSG. Or you going to just be cheap? See, I pay for all of this because I write it off because it's my Knicks channel. So I write off, I get MSG, I get League Pass, I get Prime, I get all of that. Peacock, and I write it all off. Yep. Yeah. No, they're going to show that, Michael Drake, because before the games today, that's the seeding. Right now, Toronto has 45 wins, so they would be the 6th seed. But if they win today and Atlanta loses, they get the 5th seed. So before the game, Toronto's the 6th seed. But if Toronto wins and Atlanta loses, Toronto's the 5th seed. So yes, they're going to show that before the game because that's the way it is right now. Right now, Toronto's the 6th seed. Well, I would not play Deuce a whole lot of minutes today, but I want to see him get sharp and the grill, so I want to see him get some shots up. That's all. Oh, MSG is not covering the postseason. Well, those the major networks get that. That's money time for the major networks, the postseason. So that's why. That's money time for NBC. Who else? Prime, all of them. Yeah, Deuce is starting today. Deuce is starting. Yeah, I would like to see Deuce get some shots up. I'd like to see him at least get 10 shots up today. Just get some rhythm going. Yeah. Don't get hurt, though, Deuce. Don't get hurt. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, but I agree with y'all. It looks like Diawara is the more favored, and I agree with y'all on that. Diawara is the more favored guy coming off the bench today, 72% to 28%. Yeah, so anyway, we'll see. But okay, it's now time for me dinner. I'm going to start preparing my dinner for today. And yes, Yes, I am telling you right now, the Knicks will be playing Atlanta in the first round. Toronto will be playing Cleveland in the first round. Orlando will be the seventh seed. They'll probably beat whoever they got to play for the eighth seed. We'll see. Philly's playing like butt right now, aren't they? Philly's not playing well. And then Joel Embiid just had the appendix thing. Oh my God. I told y'all they need to stretch and wave that guy. I told y'all they need to wave and stretch him, man. 2 years ago, they should have did that. But anyway, whatever. So I would be getting rid of him a long time ago. But anyway, Orlando is going to beat Philly today. And they will be. I mean, they're going to beat whoever they play in the Philly. They're going to be the seventh seed. So Orlando going to end up playing Boston. Yeah. All right, well, Flower, I've had to give up the port wine. It's too sweet for my blood sugar, but I'm into the Merlot. When next time I'm in Portugal, let me get some of that dry red and we can go from there. Brother Lonnie, looking forward to seeing you out. Looking forward to seeing you out. Make sure you come prepared. Come strapped, Brother Lonnie. You know you security and all that. Yeah, Zins. Oh, yes. 7 deadly Zins. I got that in the fridge, too. I got to decide between the Zins and the Josh Cabernet today. Still undecided. Today is the Zins and the Josh Cabernet. I can go either way. Yeah, I've been saying that for 2 years, Michael Drake. Please stretch him. I would have got many draft picks for him already. Some sucker would have taken him 2 years ago. Shoot. Yeah, Merlot's, I'm saving it. I'm going to save Merlot. Merlot is my after steak. If I have I had a big beef dinner, I had a pound of red meat beef, and I made burger out of it, and I put the rest of it inside some vegetables. And Merlot after that was perfect. Merlot was perfect after that. After a nice big heavy beef meal, it's either Cabernet Sauvignon or Merlot. Yeah, I go with you. I go with you on that, Stephen Nasato. I ain't going for it. Yeah, but yeah. Brother Lonnie, yeah, bro. Don't hurt nobody. Don't hurt nobody. Ah, man. You right, John Petty. He had that coming. He messed up Mitch for the whole following season. That's right. Yeah, so any hootie woo, please be safe, y'all. Enjoy this game today. Don't worry if the Knicks lose. It ain't the end of the world today. They done already locked up the third seat. Nobody gets hurt. That's all we want. We want nobody getting hurt. That's it. I'd like to see Deuce drop 30 today, but we'll see how this works out. Anyway, y'all enjoy these games today. The 87. I'm sad. This is the end of the NBA season. I'm sad. I do want to watch the playoff, but I'm sad that this is the end of the NBA season, man. No more regular season NBA basketball till next October. That is hard. But anyway, we will have the playoffs. Then we will have the draft. Then we will have free agency in summer league. So we got that to look forward to. Okay. But listen, let's get this dub. Go Knicks. That's right. Yeah, my man, you crazy. You crazy. All right. Hey, y'all enjoy it. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We greatly appreciate the hanging out. Our channel, my channel, I don't know about nobody else's channel, but I'll be having fun on my channel. That's what I wanted. I wanted to have fun. I did not want to be arguing with stupid knuckleheads tripping like certain people. And yeah, so anyway, we good. Yeah, we good. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it was a great day today. I didn't even have to use my AK. It was a good day today. Y'all enjoy this weekend. Please enjoy and be safe out there. No, Nick, nobody gets hurt today. Let's get this dub. Shalom. Thank you, M. Drake. Motherfucker, Giannis.